Okay, here we are again. I don't know if I'll put music over this bit, but as you can see, I'm driving from... I might not put music over this bit. This is the more awkward time of night to come back to, well, to go back to Caterham, because it's quite a excuse me. Ooh, you might be able to see the moon soon. I think it's a full moon. That's 3 times in the past 4 or 5 weeks it's been full, so that's all right. Right, just have to hope that we can get through this section. Go on. No, I'm not going to be able to go, am I? There's a gap there for the Renault to go if it's got a bit of courage. Yep. And now I need to get going, so wait for the LD. Off we go. As I may have mentioned before, I'm going to start doing stories in the car. So, nighttime story with Time Traveller, chapter 1. No, sorry, I'm mixing it all up, aren't I? A midnight stroll. You might be able to see the moon there, by the way, before I get into this, which is a full moon. That's beautiful, isn't it? As I was saying, a midnight... Oh no, I'm not going to bother with those stories yet, but when I start getting into the swing of things, I'll be doing stories during these drives, and then yourselves will start liking them, I hope. So, I'm travelling down the road. Currently I'm going 80 miles an hour, which is the maximum, I believe, that you're allowed to go. People often say, do you go faster? And I'm like, well, not really. I don't really see a point in it. Sometimes I'll, you know, if no one else is on the road, then I might. But that's kind of like if but maybe sort of question. So yeah, it's a nice evening. Obviously not a cloud in the sky, otherwise I wouldn't be able to see the moon. And yeah, it's quite a nice day, evening. The stars are in the sky, although I can't show you them because I'd have to touch my phone, and I'm not allowed to touch the phone while driving. That's why I set up the recording, and now, you know, here we are. So, driving, it's 18 minutes past 6 on Monday the 2nd of November. I don't know really what to say, to be honest. I don't really have much to say. Only that I am going to be going on Friday, I think. I'm still going to be going to a hospital to have what is known as a cystoscopy. Now, for those who don't know what one of those is, it is basically where you go to hospital. It's only a 5-minute procedure, and it's where they put a camera up your front entrance. You know, if you're a girl, it might be a bit easier, but for a bloke, it's quite embarrassing. You know, it's quite embarrassing. But I'm not scared, I'm just nervous. Because some people say it hurts like a bugger, and some people say it's just uncomfortable. So I'm not entirely sure what my experience is going to be, but here's hoping it's not going to be too bad. But yeah, it's quite a nice evening for a change. Crumbs, that moon is really low and really powerful. In some areas of the world, I'm told, I don't know how true this is, but I'm told in some areas of the world you get like great big versions of the moon, like super moons and stuff. I've never actually witnessed that myself, but that's what I'm told. But it might be true, it might not be. I don't know, but some of them I see pictures of the moon which are as big as my hand in the sky, you know, literally like that. But other times it's small, like it is tonight. It's not particularly big, but that's just life. But I can imagine the moon, I guess, I don't know. Some people say that the moon crashed into the earth eons ago, and both us and the moon had like, I don't know, sort of like we had a bit of a planetary argument, and the moon decided I'll break away, and now the moon controls our tides and so on. I think I could be wrong, obviously. I might not be looking at it properly, but that's just my opinion, of which I'm entitled to, apparently. I'm sorry if I clean the screen quite a few times in these travel vlogs. It's just sometimes you can't really see, and at night it's a bit more awkward because you've got to be able to you've got to be able to see everything that's going on around you, including that Ford that you may see on the left hand side there, pulled out when he could clearly see I was coming racing up behind him. I could take the long way round, but my friend over in Caterham wants me to, you know, be a bit quicker, so that's going to be my situation. Just headed down now into I guess this is the A3 I'm going to be joining. Must be, I guess. Joining the A3. Traffic's not too bad. The moon is still up there. I don't know if you can see it, but the moon is still up there. There you go, you can see the moon now. But yeah, it's quite an adventure, I suppose, to come out this way, but it doesn't bother me. In fact, it's one of my more favourite drives, this one. It's not too far, it's not too, you know. People are taking part in football in the football fields, AstroTurf down Guildford direction. Going to be coming past a junction. This by the way, this footpath that you can see on the left here never used to be there. They recently put that in, I think because people needed a good way to get to hospital if they needed to. So on the left is the exit for the hospital, which I don't need, thankfully. If I did need it, then I could use it, I guess, but That's just the way it is, you know. So I've got a Toyota. Yeah, Toyota. No. Everyone's slowing down for some reason. So yeah, I'm just driving as normally as normal can be, I suppose. Other drivers like getting close to me, but that's just the way it is. I don't know if you being the I don't know what you'd call you, a passenger or the onboard navigator, I guess. I know on the other side of this bridge it turns into a national speed limit, which, being on a dual carriageway, is 70. Are you really going to try and jump in the line? No, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. I'm not going to try jumping him because there's literally no point. Because if I tried getting in front of him, then he'd flash his lights, beep, beep, and become a genuine nuisance. Now I can, though. I'll be taking my friend to the Colonnades in Purley Way. There's the moon again. It'll go up in the sky as time goes on, obviously, but well, it might not be obvious to some of you. So yeah, the moon, I'm not sure how it goes. I know the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, so I guess the sun rises in the north and sets in the south. That's a pure guess, though. So this is a busy A3. Well, it's not, I wouldn't say it's really, really busy, but I wouldn't want to be on here all day, every day. Because it's just, you know, it's kind of one of those things that just not nice. There's the moon again. If there's one thing I have to say about radio stations, in particular Magic Radio, they play the tune To the Moon and Back by Savage Garden, and it's quite a nice tune in my opinion, but they don't play the full version. The full version has like a guitar solo, a entrance, and it's really quite an epic tune, but the radio version just cuts out all of that and just puts it, you know, you don't even get to hear the first beat of the music. They just jump you straight into the first few lyrics. It's like, why? You would have thought to yourself, well, maybe it's a question of time, but they play other artists' album tracks fully, you know, so why don't they do that with Savage Garden? I don't understand. Do they have something against Savage Garden? I don't know. Oh. So yeah, I'm just driving along the A3. I'm trying not to drive too fast because like I said before, you know, I have no interest in speeding. So while the speed limit is 70, you can go 80, because technically you're not supposed to go 80, I don't think, but no one minds you going 80, because as long as you look after yourself, keep your eyes and wits about you, and look after everyone else on the road, there's not going to be an argument, is there? Excuse me, I'm going to eat part of my chocolate bar that I bought earlier on. They do say, you know, you can't do two things at the same time when you're behind the wheel, but you can. Depends on what kind of driver you are. If you're nervous, I wouldn't recommend it. You know? Done 307 miles in this car so far, which ain't bad. Not bad at all. Got to get in that lane on the left, so I had to floor it a bit. So yeah, I live with I'm sure I've explained it in videos before, but I do have 5 or 6 different I wouldn't say problems, I just would say circumstances that make my life slightly more complicated than the average person, but I won't get into that tonight. With my friend to McDonald's tonight. Surprisingly enough, that's where my other friend wants to go, but I decided to have like a something small, because if I'm going to visit a McDonald's twice in one night, I don't want to be overloading my body. In effect, you could say that cars can almost drive themselves, but it's like the old phrase goes, would you get in a car with a driver, or would you get in a car that drives itself? Personally speaking, I'd get in a car with a driver, because computers are all well and good, but when the computer decides that it's had enough, or if it breaks down, or if it has a blue screen of death, and you're going, like I am, going along the motorway at 70 miles an hour or more, then you could be dicing with your own fate. Because you let a computer handle literally everything that is going on. And that's never clever. Still there. But it's actually quite crazy how there's all these different time zones. I mean, somebody once said to me, do you think a universal time would work? And I said no. And they said, oh really, why is that? And I said, because every country wakes up at a different time and goes to bed at a different time. So, for example, the sun comes up here in the UK. At the moment, it comes up about 5:45 in the morning. Whereas in, say, Japan, it's already gone down. It's, night time's everywhere. So it doesn't make sense to put Japan on our clocks or our clocks on theirs, because it just wouldn't work. It's like, I don't know. Okay, let's say you suddenly change the clocks for France, which are an hour ahead of us, but you change the clocks for France, and automatically they are an hour late for whatever they were due to do. So life, isn't it? Just the way our cards have been dealt. But overall, yeah, life's crazy, but better than the alternative. So yeah, we've got quite a few cars on the road in front of us, and we've got quite a few cars behind us. This is why they say that motorways are dangerous, but there again, I do say that some people, I say that while the statistic might be that British roads are possibly the safest roads in Europe or in the world on average, that's not true for a while, because you get crazy people going 100 plus, which we're not, by the way. You know, it's crazy. I once saw a Bentley. If you don't know what a Bentley is, it's basically just a big bulky car. Flew up the A3, which we came off of a little while ago, and was flying up this motorway, literally flying. I wouldn't say. For those of you who take my words literally, no, I don't mean flying in the air. I mean flying as in going really, really, really fast. And then less than 5-10 minutes later, 2 police cars go flying up the road with their blues and twos on. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's most likely that the police are chasing the Bentley. Quite a few of these cars are getting a bit more daring, shall we say. This is the halfway mark that we're just approaching now. Those 2 yellow boxes you might see on the camera are actually the speed guns. And if someone flies through too quick, it's flash, flash, and then they get a ticket through the post. I've never, so far, touch glass, I've never had a speeding ticket. I've never had a parking ticket. I've never been caught driving under the influence, which is basically driving drunk. I don't see a point in drinking alcohol and driving. I just don't. There's more better things to drink when you're driving, like water or Coca-Cola or, I don't know, Pepsi Max, I don't know. Wow. So far my average miles per gallon is 39.7, which, not bad. I've got 505 miles in my tank, that's the range, before I need to visit the petrol station. Yeah. I might turn on some music either as we get closer to where I live or whatever, or I might not. That's a point. I'm just wondering, has the no, I was thinking Reigate Hill was open, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not. There's no indication to say that it's closed, but there's no indication to say it's open either. I'll have to get my charger from my room and plug it in, because or I'll buy another charger, I think. Maybe buy another charger, yeah. I didn't think it was open. see from here that there's some cones on the up on the slipway. Someone's desperate to get past me, but I can't slow down and I can't speed up because I'm already going the fastest speed for my car on this motorway, and someone's driving right up behind me. Hang on. Go on, off you go. Lose your license. There's a good boy. There's a French lorry to the left. Oh, I think when that already went past, oh, sorry, I should have been more awake. No, wrong words. I should have been more alert. Any van? There's the moon again. Congestion after... great. Congestion after junction often means that there's going to be a lot of traffic. Great. But it shouldn't be a problem. Sorry, but that car there, I don't know if you can see it, but the one on the furthest outside, he flew past me. He must have been doing at least 100. If there's one thing I found really strange on FaceAche, that's basically what I nicknamed Facebook, I found that people were selling driving tests. I don't mean driving test as in, you know, you go and do them for cheap. No, what some people were doing, and I don't know how the heck they were doing this, but some people were saying, person X said, give me £20,000 and I will do your theory test for you. I'm thinking, how the heck are you going to do that when you need to be a certain person to do that? You can't just walk into someone's exam hall and just do it for them, because if that was the case, I think there'd be a load of fake results. Hello. Another lorry taking up another lorry. Congestion, stay in lane. Okay. It's weird because I don't see the congestion yet, so it's a bit weird. I am slowly slowing down because I'm not sure what's around the other corner. I bet it's going to go down to 40. I think that's 60. Yeah. It's actually quite surprising when someone says to you, stay in lane, when, what if you need to come off the motorway? You can't exactly stay in lane, can you? Just a thought. I don't find driving... How do I put this in a good way? I don't find driving a difficult task. I just find it can be complicated. Oh, really? Hello. going to the alright. I hope you, you as the viewer, has enjoyed this little bit of a trip. I just thought it might be nice to take a video for a change, make a video and see what people think. If they enjoy it, yay. If they don't, then I can't tell you anything. I can't believe this. My total average miles per gallon has gone up to 40. So that tells you that I drive very, very, very economically. I don't drive, you know, like I'm on fire. Because what's the point? You're just going to have an accident and create more problems for you and everyone else on the road. Where are you going, Corsa? Where are you going? Thank you. Crazy. Alright. Hello, Ford. Where are you going? Where are you going? Kind of reminds me of a YouTube meme thing where they said, "Why are you running? Why are you running?" Don't worry, that was amber. If the lights are on amber when you go through them, then you're safe to go through them. But if they were red, you shouldn't go through them, because as you, thank you, lane keep assist. As you should already be aware, red lights spell danger. This is the point where I think the cradle that's holding that phone might drop. That's why I'm trying not to drive silly, you know. Thank you, car. That was a car warning me that I was straying out of lane, so. Ooh. It's raining now. Just very lightly, but I can tell. Alright, car, alright. I'll take you guys on a trip through Caterham, I think. Alright. As you can tell, I'm not emitting any noises, because I've switched my car into electric vehicle mode. That way, it saves not only battery power, but it also gives me more fuel, better fuel consumption, which is good, because I don't want to use up too much fuel. Oh, whoa. Whoa, come on, people. You can't just be in my way all the time. Really, mate? Go on. You're coming out of there anyway, weren't you? Normally, if it's too dangerous to stop, in which case it was back there, you know, basically that's the terminology they use in theory tests, where if you are driving and you see a car right behind you, or a car that's possibly going to overtake you, no, that's the wrong word. If you see a car that's going to, you know, possibly crash into you if you don't pay attention, then you're fine to go through the lights at red, but only just as they change. If you go through the lights too quickly and it's been red for 2-3 seconds, you're really dicing with death. because you could, I'm not saying this will happen all the time, I'm just saying that some of the time you could be risking yourself and others. Just something to bear in mind there. This is my local neighbourhood at the moment. I do want to one day move somewhere, but I'm not sure where. I might just stick here for a little while, you know, stick here for about, I don't know, 2-3 years and then move on, or I might stay here for about 10 years and then move on, I don't know. But I'm basically part of the furniture here anyway. And that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you'd like to, then feel free to like, comment, subscribe and all that lovely stuff that YouTube encourages us content creators to do. If you don't want to, then obviously that's your choice. You know, I'm not going to force you. You don't have to subscribe, you don't have to like the video, and you certainly don't have to put a like rating on it or a comment, but it helps me to know what sort of content you guys like and what you'd prefer to see in the future. So let me know. Anyway, this is Time Traveller signing off, and yes, I am one of many time travellers. More on that another time. Alright then, take care everyone, bye.